Okay, so this is the start of something I haven't really done before, and I'm gonna pretty much start a game development log series where I'm gonna talk about a game that my wife and I plan to build, and we're gonna go through our progress each week and share with you how much we've done and yeah, how far we are. And this is the very beginning stage of our game, the game design document. And I highly recommend having a game design document if you're someone who wants to make a game, because it puts into scope how much you're actually going to do. So you can see it visibly, you can plan it all out before you go ahead and do it. So I'm going to give a really brief overview of the game we plan to make by going through this document we have here. So it's called Project Yeti, as you can see here. We don't officially have a name for it yet, we're still deciding, but it's a stealth puzzle game about a Yeti that has to get from A to B without being seen. This game design document has been split up into 5 parts, so story, characters, environment, gameplay and art, and I've forgotten where I got this template from. I watched a video on YouTube ages ago, and I found this template really useful for games that I've done before. So let's quickly go through it. The Yeti has been asleep for a couple of years, maybe a couple thousand or 100 years, wakes up in his cave, exits, and finds his mountain has been turned into a ski resort. So that's the storyline, and this is a rough list of the levels we want to have. Now, as you can see here, there's 8 of them. We might reduce it based on scope, but currently this is what we have. The cave, mountains, skiers, cable cars, snowboard park, log cabin, ice rink, and the mountain that will be his new home. Here are the characters we plan to have in the game: the Yeti, skier, snowboarder, ice skater. We're going to add to this list as we figure things out, but as you can see here, there are animals that might be in there. We might take a few out based on our scope. And again, here are the list of environments which we need to figure out what kind of assets we need to put in together. So as you can see, this document still needs a tiny bit of work, but it's enough to go ahead and actually start doing stuff. Now, I want to caveat this by saying we are parents. I have a full-time job, so there's only so much we can do in the time that we have. But we have done a tiny bit already. And when I say we, I mean my wife. So here is a design of what the Yeti will look like. This is pretty much final, and in the coming weeks, you'll see more and more of him. So I hope this has whet your appetite for more. Now, before I go, I kind of want to stress again the importance of having a game design document. So we've made a few games before, one of which you might have heard of, Scales. Scales is a platform game about a pangolin that has to escape being captured by humans. So this is what it looks like. And we made this game without a document. The problem with that was we kept on adding new features, thinking about new levels we'd want to do, and there wasn't really an end. We didn't know when to stop. And I think one benefit of having this document is we can see, okay, we want to have 6 to 8 levels. Like I said, I might cut this down. We want to have 5 characters, and that's where we're going to stop. Our aim going forward as a game development duo is to make games that are game jam length, because that's all the time we can really afford, maybe 2 to 4 hours a week working on this. So we don't have a lot of time and we don't have a deadline because we can work on this forever. But the only thing stopping us from working on it for a long time is our interests, because the longer we work on it, the less we will be interested in it. So we kind of want to keep the game short, and if it does go well, if it's received well by others, then we could add more levels, add more features to it. But as I said before, we want to have a game jam length game, so we might reduce some of the stuff. Anyway, I hope you found this useful. I might stick some links in the description of Scales and some other stuff to kind of help you follow along. And if you're interested in knowing the progress of this Yeti game, then stay tuned, subscribe, and I will see you in the next game devlog video.